Okay, this assignment here for the Go, for the 1.2 Go, is about greatest common factor. And so, again, this is another middle school topic that they're expecting us to remember. So, remember that a greatest common factor, abbreviated as GCF, is finding what number can divide into each term in common. So, for example, we see that a 5 goes into 15 and a 5 goes into 25. So, part of my greatest common factor is 5. Also note that I have one A here and three A's here. So I have one A in common. Here I've got a B and a B, so there's one B in common. Here I have one C and two C's, so there's at least one C in common. So the trick for the variables is look for the variable with the lowest power, like C to the power of invisible 1, and that's how many are in common. I can't have 2 in common. There's only 1 in the second term, so it can only be 1 in common, the smallest power. Okay, pause the video, try the next few. Let's see how you did. Okay, what divides into 12 and 32? Let's start with just, obviously 12 doesn't go into 32, so think of a different number. Let's try 4. 4 goes into 12 and 4 goes into 32. That leaves 8, that leaves 3. Yeah, that's it. That's my greatest common. Next is x to the 5th and x to the 6th. Remember, if I've got 5 x's on the left side and 6 on the right, the most I can have in common is that lower power, x to the 5th. And then there's 1y, so there it is. All right, 17 does go into 51, this next one. Didn't believe me? Try it on your calculator. Oh, look, it works. So 17, there's a p in common, there's one q in common, and there's one r in common. There's my greatest common factor. Next, between a 7 and a 21, we see that 7 goes in. There's an x that goes in. Then we see that between 6, 18, and 12, we notice that a 6 can go in. But notice there's x's here, there's x's here, but there's not x's here. So I'm done. My GCF is just a number in this case. 4 and 9, no number goes in. Here, my only thing in common is 1x. 11, 33, and 3, there's no number that can divide into all of those. So what about x's? Yeah, I see 1x. What about y's? Yeah, I see at least one y. Over here, 16, 24, and 16. What about an 8? 8 divides into everything there. A's, oops, no A's here. B's, yes, there's at least one B. There's my GCF. Finally, 49 and 36, no number goes into both. S squared, there's 2 in both. T squared, there's 2 in both. So that's in common. That's it. Those are my answers. Those are the greatest common factors.